जय श्री कृष्ण श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Sunday. It is 9th of March, Govinda Masa or Phalguna Masa, Shukla Paksham, and the Ekadasi Tithi. So this Ekadasi is Amalaki Ekadasi, not suitable for fasting today because of the Tithi. So most part it is falling onto the Dwadasi. So fasting is tomorrow. But however, we shall read the Ekadasi Ratha story today. Tomorrow is Monday, so we have got another event as well. So to save the time and also to read this Bharatha story nicely. Okay, so can I request Dena Srestha Mataji to read the first two sections of this Bharatha, Ekadasi Ratha story, if Mataji is available.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंड प्रणाम।
Would you like to read the first two sections, Mataji?
The kingdom, प्रभु जी, which one प्रभु जी?
Yes, yes, from this one, Glories of
glory.
Amalaki Ekadasi and Kingdom of Odisha.
Okay, sure, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Glory of the Amalika Kadasi. King Mandvata. How to pronounce, Prabhuji, that one?
Mandhata.
Mandata. Okay. King Mandata once said to Vasistha Muni, "O great sage, kindly be merciful to me and tell me of a holy fast that will benefit me internally." Vasistha Muni replied, "O king, kindly listen as I describe the best of all the fast days. Amalika Ekadasi, he who faithfully observe a fast on this Ekadasi obtains enormous wealth, get free of the effects of all kinds of sins, and attains liberation. Fasting on this Ekadasi is more purifying than donating 1,000 cows in charity to a pure Brahman. So, please hear me attentively as I tell you the story of hunter who, uh, through the day, uh, through daily engage in killing innocent animal for his living, achieve the liberation by observing a fast on Amalaki Ekadasi, following the prescribed rules and regulation of worship. The kingdom of Vaidis. Uh, there was one kingdom named Vaidisha, where all the Brahmins, Prabhuji, how to pronounce this one, please?
This is Kshatriyas.
Kshatriya, okay. Brahman, Kshatriyas, Vaishnavas, and Sudra were equally endeavor with the Vedic knowledge, great bodily strength, and the fine intelligence. O lion among kings, the whole kingdom was full of Vedic sound. Not a single person was atheistic, and no one sinned. The rule of the kingdom was King uh, Prasabinduka, Prasabinaduka, a member of the dynasty of Soma, the moon. He was also known as uh, Prabhuji, how to pronounce this one? Chitrastha?
Chitradada.
Chitradatta, and was very religious and truthful. It is said that King Chitradatta had the strength of the thousands elephants, and that he was very wealthy and knew the six branches of Vedic wisdom perfectly. During the reign of the Maharaj Chitrarath, not a single person in his kingdom attempted to practice another's dharma duty. So, perfectly engaged in their own dharmas, where all the Brahmans, Kshatriya, Vaishnava, and Sudra, neither miser nor the pauper, pauper was to be seen throughout the land. Never was there ever a brood of flood. Indeed, the kingdom was free of the disease. Sorry, Prabhuji.
Free of disease.
I got a keep call coming, Prabhuji. Sorry about that. Sorry. The kingdom was free of the disease and everyone enjoyed good health. The people rendered loving devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, as did the king, who also rendered special service to Lord Shiva. Moreover, twice a month, everyone fasts on Ekadasi. In this way, O best of king, the citizen of the Vaidisha lived many long years in great happiness and the prosperity, giving up all the varieties of materialistic religions. They completely dedicated themselves to the loving service of the Supreme Lord Hari.
Hare
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Sorry, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for helping the words are pronouncing. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Can I request Prabhavati Sachi Mataji to read Observing Amalaki Ekadasi, please? Mataji available.
I'll try, Prabhuji. My mobile is difficult for me. I'll try. Once in the month of Palguna, February to March, the holy fast of Amalaki Ekadashi arrived, conjoined with Dwadashi. King Chitraratha realized that this particular fast would bestow especially great benefit, and thus he and all the citizens of Vaidisha observed this sacred Ekadashi very strictly, carefully following all the rules and regulations. After bathing in the river, the king and all his subjects went to the temple of Lord Vishnu, where an Amalika tree grew. First, king and his leading sages offered the tree a pot filled with water, as well as a fine canopy, shows gold, diamonds, rubies, pearls, sapphires, and aromatic incense. Then they worshipped Lord Parashurama with these prayers. O Lord Parashurama, O son of Renuka, O all-pleasing one, O liberator of the worlds, kindly come beneath this holy Amalaki tree and accept our humble obeisances. Then they prayed to the Amalaki tree, O Amalaki, O offsprings of Lord Brahma, you can destroy all kinds of sinful reactions. Please accept our respectful obeisances and these humble gifts. O Amalaki, you are actually the form of Brahman, and you were once worshipped by Lord Ramachandra himself. Whoever circumambulates you Whoever circumambulates you is therefore immediately freed of all his sins.
Yeah, another paragraph.
After offering these excellent prayers, King Chitraratha and his subjects remained awake throughout the night, praying and worshipping according to the regulations governing a sacred Ekadashi fast. It was it was during this auspicious time of fasting and prayer that a very irreligious man approached the assembly, a man who maintained himself and his family by killing animals. Burdened with both fatigue and sin, the hunter saw the king and the citizens of Vaidisha observing Amalaki Ekadashi by performing an all-night vigil, fasting and worshipping Lord Vishnu in the beautiful forest setting, which was brilliantly illuminated by many lamps. The hunter hid nearby, wondering what this extraordinary sight before him was.
Hare Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, sir. Can I request the next Saranya Mataji to read the next one? The Fortunate Hunter. That section.
Hare Krishna. What is going on here? He thought. What he saw in that lovely forest beneath the holy Amalagi tree was the deity of Lord Damodara being worshipped upon the asana of a water pot, and he heard the devotees singing sacred songs describing Lord Krishna's transcendental forms and pastimes. Despite himself, that staunchly irreligious killer of innocent birds and animals spent the entire night in great amazement as he watched the Ekadashi celebration and listened to the glorification of the Lord. Soon after sunrise, the king and his royal retinue, including the court sages and all the citizens, completed their observance of Ekadashi and returned to the city of Vaidisha. The hunter returned to the hunt and happily ate his meal. In due time, the hunter died, but the merit he had gained by fasting on Amalagi Ekadashi and hearing the glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as well as by seeing forced to stay awake all night, made him eligible to be reborn as a great king endowed with many chariots, elephants, horses, and soldiers. His name was Vasuradha, the son of King Viduratha, and he ruled over the kingdom of Jayanti.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Can I request Jahnakanya Mataji to read next section, please? If available.
Can I do last, please, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Haribol.
Meena Mataji, would you like to read this section, please?
Hare Krishna. King Vasuratha was strong and fearless as efficient as the sun and as handsome as the moon. The strength he was like Sri Vishnu and in forgiveness like the earth itself. Very charitable and very truthful King Vasuratha always rendered loving devotional service to the Supreme Lord Sri Vishnu. He therefore became very well versed in Vedic knowledge, always active in the affairs of state. He enjoyed taking excellent care of his subjects as though they were his own children. He displayed pride in anyone and would smash it what he saw it. He performed many kinds of sacrifices, and he always made certain that the needy in the in his kingdom received enough charity. One day, while hunting in the jungle, King Vasuratha strayed from the footpath and lost his way, wandering to some time and eventually growing weary. The paused beneath a tree and using his arms as a pillow, fell asleep. As he slept, some barbarian troublesome tribus, barbarian tribesmen came upon him, and remembering that long-standing enmity toward the king, began discussing among themselves various ways to kill him. It is because he killed our father, mother, brother-in-law, grandsons, nephews, and uncles that we are forced to aimlessly wander like so many madmen in the forest. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so next section is the Great Rescue. Okay, so can I request Usha Mataji to read the next section, please?
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. So saying, they prepared to kill King Vasuratha with various weapons, including spears, swords, arrows, and mystic ropes. But none of these deadly weapons could even touch the sleeping king. And soon the uncivilized, dog-eating tribesmen grew frightened. Their fears sapped their strength, and before long they lost what little intelligence they had and became almost unconscious with bewilderment and weakness. Suddenly, a beautiful woman appeared from the king's body, starting the aborigines, decorated with many ornaments, emitting a wonderful fragrance, wearing an excellent garland around her neck, her eyebrows drawn in a mood of fierce anger, and her fiery red eyes ablaze. She looked like death personified. With her blazing chakra, discussed the sea, quickly killed all the tribal hunters who had tried to slay the sleeping king. Just then the king awoke, and slaughtering all the dead Tibetsmen lying around him, he was astonished. He wondered, "These are all great enemies of mine. Who has slain them so violently? Who is my great benefactor?" At that very moment, he heard a voice from the sky. "You asked that who helped you? Well, who is that person who alone can help anyone in distress? He is none other than Sri Keshava, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He who saves all who take shelter of him without any selfish motive." Upon hearing these words, King Vasuratha became overwhelmed with love for the personality of Godhead Sri Keshava Krishna. He returned to his capital city and ruled there like a second Lord Indra, king of the heavenly regions, without any obstacle at all.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so can I request Jahnakarni Mataji to read the conclusion section?
Yes, I'm going to try. Probably one. I'm just getting it up bigger because I can't see it very well. 1 minute. Thank you. So sorry. Hare Krishna. Okay, I can see it better now. Haribo. Therefore, O King Mandala, the venerable Vashishta Muni concluded, anyone who observes this holy Amalaki Ekadashi will undoubtedly attain the supreme abode of Lord Vishnu. So great is the religious merit, and from the observance of this most sacred fast day. Thus ends the narration of the glories of Falguna Sukla Ekadashi or Amalaki Ekadashi from the Brahmanda Purana. Note, if the Amalaki tree isn't available, then worship the sacred Tulsi tree. Also plant the sacred Tulsi seeds and offer lamps to her. Listen, Amalaki Vrata Ekadashi Mahatmya in English with music. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Amalaki Ekadashi ki jai.
Jai.
Okay, so these are the glories of Amalaki Ekadashi. So tomorrow is for the fasting day, fasting from grains, beans, and cereals. And it is also mentioned like the King Chitrada, he was awoke throughout the night. Okay, that is the process. Okay, so we shall move directly into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami is speaking to Parikshit Maharaj, describing the activities of Vidura. So Parikshit asked, "What are the Vidura's activities?" And then in response to that question, here Sukadeva Goswami describing once he was left from the Hastinapura, he was going on the pilgrimage places. So this is the Pureshu Punya Vanadri Punjeshu Apankatoyeshu Sarit Sarasu Anantalingaihi Samalankriteshu Chacharati Dhaitaneshu Ananyaha. Chachara Tirtha Aitaneshu Ananyaha. Ananyaha is the alone or seeing Krishna alone. Without any further thoughts, he was wandering to different pilgrimages, only keeping Krishna. And then Anantalingahi, there are thousands of Vishnu forms. So this is going through different kinds of cities and also small orchards and hills, and then so many temples like that, and then passing through rivers, lakes. Likewise, he has visited all the Vishnu forms, Anantalingahi, where Lord is decorated with so many paraphernalia beautifully. Samalankriteshu. Samalankriteshu is beautifully decorated. Okay, likewise, that is Vidura's pilgrimage. And further, Sukadeva Goswami saying what he has done during the pilgrimage. It is very important when we go to the pilgrimages into different places, how we need to go. So here, Vidura is an example for us. So when he was wandering on the world for the pilgrimage purposes, and he has taken of the vritti, so he has not worked for to maintain himself. Whatever is coming in his own by begging or taking prasadam from the temples, whatever the prasadam is coming, he simply maintained to himself. And then he used to take the bath in the holy rivers at the lakes, and then he sleeps throughout the night near in that pilgrimage site or in the Vishnu temples, nearer to the Vishnu temples, and then everything. And he has followed the vratas, great vows, like the some people they follow Payovratas, and beautifully they are doing throughout the year, following all the regulative principles, Ekadasi vratas, everything, only for the pleasure of Krishna, only for the pleasure of Hari. So when he was doing like that, due to of his so many of vratas, his body is always wet because he is taking a bath in the Ganga rivers or holy rivers, and then his body is always wet. And he has neglected his bodily dressing and his beauty, all those stuff. Likewise, Sukadeva Goswami is describing the activities of Vidura so that no one can recognize him as Vidura. Okay, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 1, verse number 19. Gam पर्यटन्मेद्य विविक्तवृत्तिः सदाप्लुतो अधः शयनो अवधूतः अलक्षितः स्वैः अवधूतवेषो व्रतानि चेरे हरितोषणानि Gam पर्यटन medhya viviktavrittihi. Gam is the earth. When he was Paryatam, when he was traversing through the earth, Gam Paryatam Medhya, which is a pure Medhya Viviktavrittihi. Viviktavrittihi is the independent occupation for living. Viviktavrittihi. There is no more dependence on other people. That you do this, you do this to me, I will do this one. It is not like that. Whatever comes in his way, independently, without any occupation. Independent occupation for living. Generally, it is the asking for alms from the devotees, like that. Independent occupation for living, or taking prasadam from the temples. Sada pluto adaha sayano vidutaha. Sada avadutaha. Sada apluto, and his body all the time sanctified. Aplutaha, it is wet by taking the bath in the holy river. Sada aplutaha, sanctified. Adaha, adaha sayano, he is lying on the floor, on the earth, not on the comfortable beds or keeping everything nice toilet, nice bathrooms, even going onto the pilgrimages, expecting all kinds of comforts. He was not like that. He was lying on the floor. Adaha sayano. So one can experience this one. When we went to the Mahakumbh, there we have seen people. Some are expecting some, it is, of course, it is according to their bodily conditions as well. But here, Vidura, he has renounced all such kind of thoughts. First of all, renouncing some comforts in the mind. That is the first thing. Nirvana Mruchiti Manaha. This is the mind. In the mind, we have to renounce first. Then only we will be able to accept those things in the physical way. Just lying on the earth. Adaha sayanu, lying on the earth. Avadotaha, without dressing of the hair, etc. So no need to just combing the hair nicely and appearing beautiful. No more conceptions of like that. The beauty or hair, not like that. Avadotaha. This is the avadotaha. Alakchita swaihi, and without being seen by any of relatives. Alakchitaha swaihi. If there are relatives comes and they will come and make a conversation and they will take without our interest, they will take us home and again put up into the materialistic things. This is what happens generally when a person is going on some pilgrimages. Then again saying that we have this person has missed, and then they will make the police and then just bring him home, back into the home. Again the same things, always jealous and fightings, quarrels, cats and dogs, those things that happens. But one has, if he is a pure devotee going like that, only completely surrendering unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then Lord arranges in such a way. Alakshitaha swaihi, avadhota vesho, and avadhota dressed like the mendicant. So this is what again important thing. When we go to the temples, we should not be wearing very gorgeous jewelries and everything so that it attracts the society. It is not for that purpose. Avadhota vesha. We need to go only keep Lord in the heart, in our mind and thoughts, everything. Only the Lord, and not to think of even sometimes the slippers, the shoes. If we wear the costly or expensive ones, it will be stolen by some other people, and our brain observes that. No, we just go. If there is no shoes, that is better. And if there is shoes, but do not wear the costly ones, go as you should, normal ones. This is the dress of a avadhota, dressed like a mendicant. Then one should not have a bodily concept. We are not going to impress the society. We are going to go. So this is here. Vratani chere haritoshanani. The vows performed. Vratani chere haritoshanani. That pleased the Lord. Only to please the Lord, not the society. What these people will think about me if I dress like this. That is not the thought of a person. Haritoshanan, only for the pleasure of Krishna. We take all kinds of discomforts, not for anything else. So this is Gam Paritan Mejha Vivikta Vrittihi Sadaprato Adhasayano Avadhotaha Alakshita Svaihi Avadhota Vesho Vratani Chere Haritoshanani. Vratani Chere Haritoshanani. Okay, translation for this was: while so traversing the earth, he simply performed duties to please the Supreme Lord Hari. His occupation was pure and independent. He was constantly sanctified by taking his bath in holy places. Although he was in the dress of a mendicant and had no hair dressing nor a bed on which to lie, thus he was always unseen by his various relatives. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request Gaurangi Mataji to read this purport, please?
Hare Krishna. Okay. The first and foremost duty of a pilgrim is to satisfy the Supreme Lord Hari. While traveling as a pilgrim, one should not be worried about pleasing society. There is no need to debate on social formalities or occupation or dress. One should remain always absorbed in the function of placing the Lord. This sanctified by thought and action. One is able to realize the Supreme Lord by the process of a pilgrim's journey. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So here, this is the first and foremost duty of pilgrim is to satisfy the Supreme Lord Hari. This is by renouncing these material comforts. So while traveling as a pilgrim, one should not be worried about pleasing society, what these people think, whether we need to lie on the bed or floor. What happens if I sit on the floor? Other people think that I am low. This is not the thing. And people are ready to sit on the floor without any cloth also. Whenever Sukadeva Goswami describing what is the need of all the pillows and everything when you have got hands, what is the need of nice comforts, beds and everything while you have got green grass, and why you worry about the clothing and all those things? Why don't you just get some cloth which is torn, even though it is torn, or the just tree bark, you can just cover your body. Why unnecessarily you work bother about this materialistic society who are like a just a dogs and as a swavit viraha ushtakarehi samstaha purushaha pasuhu. Night karna pe to so he was mentioning that word, comparing with the all such kind of animals who are not the devotees of the Lord, who are engaged in such kind of corporatic and business activities. We should not take such kind of shelter. So this is the we are not worried about pleasing the society. There is no need to depend on social formalities or occupation or dress. So that doesn't mean we just go naked. So here, as much as possible, without hard endeavor and without much giving attention to that clothing, just as much as required, as simple as that. And one should remain always absorbed in the function of it, function of pleasing the Lord. This is the essence of it. That is the foremost duty, to satisfy the Lord. Everything Varnashrama Dharma, it is Atah Pumbid Vijashreshta Varnashrama Vibhagashaha. Swanistasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. Everything is only for the Haritoshanam. So one should always be absorbed in the function of pleasing the Lord by carrying out their duties. But this here, Avadota Vesha is the different one. He is completely rejecting the Varnashrama Dharma. It is going on to the kind of a sannyasi level, avadhota. Thus, sanctified by thought and action, one is able to realize the Supreme Lord by the process of pilgrim's journey. So this is the process. sanctified by thought. Nirvana mruchiti manaha sahasa yatarchihi. In the mind, so we completely renounce, we are not part of the material world anymore. Nirvana mruchiti manaha, in the mind. Sahasa yatarchihi. Atmanamatra purusho vyavadhanamekam. Completely. Avyavadhanamekam, without any gap. So that is a person, a yogi who does that complete observing in the thoughts of Krishna. Okay, so then he is able to realize the Supreme Lord by process of pilgrim's journey. So for example, in the pilgrims, when we see for Meena Mataji is going, she doesn't expect any kinds of comforts, even lying on the floor, following all the regulative principles. Whenever Ekadasi comes, no water, no food, nothing. And whenever Bharatha comes, perfectly following all those rules and regulations. That is the way of vows. That is called the Vratani Cheri Haridoshanani, only to please the Lord, nothing else. And also hearing Krishna Katha. That is the pilgrim's process, the journey, pilgrim's journey, process of a pilgrim's journey. And going, it is not everything is accommodation is planned and journey is planned, trains, hotels are booked. It is nothing is required. I wanted to go, that's all. And then start a journey, automatically everything will be arranged. Automatically, it will come automatically. So that is the pilgrim's journey. And Asha Mataji also has gone. Everyone has got a different experiences in the pilgrimage. But this is also whenever Dhritarashtra and Gandhari they have gone, they also as soon as they left and then they have gone with a proper Jitaswaso Jitasunu Jitaswasus Shadendriyaha. He controlled all his senses by taking only water for the next few days, and then by invoking the Yoga Agni, he burnt his body, Dhritarashtra. And then Gandhari also entered into his body. So Vidura was seeing at the time that Dhritarashtra and Gandhari were burning their bodies, entering into the fire, and then in such a way one side is feeling very happy that they are attaining the liberation, and another side he is also losing his elder brother. It is mixed feeling. But later on, Vidura, he went further, continuing his pilgrimage and went to the Prabhasa Kshetra. There he left his body, Vidura. And similarly, even the Pandavas, as soon as they understood that Krishna has departed from this world to his abode, and immediately, as soon as he heard that news from Arjuna, and immediately in his mind, he renounced everything. And then what he did? He handed over the kingdom to the Parikshit Maharaj, his grandson, and then he has taken out all kinds of royal clothing and everything. He wear only the plain white clothes and then started walking. Even he was not thinking to call about his brothers and Draupadi. That's it. In the mind, once we renounce this material world, no more attachments, not even brothers, not even wife. That's it. And then keep going, just like Avadhota Vesha. That is Avadhota. Once he is going, brothers immediately understand what the mood of Yudhishthira. And they also see the symptoms of the age of Kali. They also wear in the similar white dresses and then no more attachment to this material world. When we see after 50 years of age, many people in India, generally we see, they wear white clothes, a white dhoti and white shirt. That is means that I do not have any more attachment or different materialistic tastes. That gives the indication. I am now complete peaceful. I have no more interest. But politicians also wear, but that is disguising that. That is all fake. But white cloth means no more interest in the materialistic things. So in such a way, when Pandavas are going, Draupadi was not called, but she understood that once a person is renounced, he is no more interested in the materialistic things, wife, children, home, anything. She also understand. And what she did, she also made herself in the similar way, she followed behind them to serve them. as much as she can. So that is the nirvanam ruchiti manaha, completely renouncing the mind, the thoughts, all the material comforts. Then go to all the pilgrimages, seeing the temples, taking the vows, and in such a way one has to renounce his body as well. So this is the thus sanctified by the thought and then action. Once the thought is there, and then action will come into the picture. Then one is able to realize the Supreme Lord. In the Mahakumbh, when we have seen so many people, they are, of course, everyone have got a family background, but now they have renounced and appearing like the Avadhota. So just growing their beds and then having one kind of clothing bag, so that just to clip minimum things, what is needed, and then just keep walking to the temples, different temples, pilgrimages, and whatever is available, the food is available, take it and then engage, just taking the darshan. That is why once we go and if we speak to them, that sadhus, then we understand, oh, this person was an engineer, this person was a doctor, now he is like appearing like a Avadhuta. So Vidura was alakshita, that's why he was appearing like Avadhuta without, uh, see, so that he was not recognized by his relatives. So he was always unseen by his various relatives. Alakshita Swaihi. Swaihi is the relatives. So that is the process. But it is very hard sometimes to digest that way of pilgrimage. But first of all, it needs to be done in the mind and practice it and come into the action slowly. Then it will be practical in once in the later age. Okay, so sometimes some people are neglected by their children, though they have got desires. They wanted to have their children uh, to look after them. So, but that is a different thought. That is not the renouncement. There, some people are also there for only for the sake of the livelihood at the temples. But here, one should go to satisfy the Supreme Lord Hari. That is the difference. So likewise, Sukadeva Goswami speaking to Parikshit. गाम पर्यटन मेध्य विविक्त वृत्ति सदाप्लुतो अधः सयानो अवधूतः अलक्षितः स्वैः अवधूतवेषो व्रतानि चेरि हरितोषणानि. Okay, so that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So we shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today letter to Upendra. Okay, so can I request Asha Mataji to read this letter?
My dear Ubendra, please accept my blessing. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letters to dated 8th of July 1970 and noted the contents. Jenny is still staying here and she is enjoying the company of the devotee. I know that Ch3 is very nice and good boy. He is ready for all kinds of service. Now you are there. Now you are 3 strong male devotees, and many girls are also helping you. And I hope you have now full strength for preaching work. In future, if it is so required, you may have 1 or 2 more from London. But the best thing will be to recruit devotees locally. That is the success for preaching work. Regarding harassment of our devotees, yes, this is not a new thing in the history of the world, that preachers are sometimes persecuted. But at the present status of civilization, I do not think anybody will be crucified like Lord Jesus Christ. Hiranyakashipu persecuted his own son and 5 years old, and only 5 years old. So the demons and atheists are always, Prabhu, if we could move little up, always prepared to give trouble to the devotees. Sometimes the demons like Hamsa are prepared to kill God even. During Lord Chaitanya's time, Thakura Haridasa was also persecuted and into jail. Not only that, he was whipped in 22 marketplaces. But still the demons could not come to successful in the snuffling down of the Hare Krishna movement. So do not be worried about this. Go on about your business. Krishna will give you all help, rest assured. Simply stick to your work seriously and sincerely. Radayatra festival was successfully performed in San Francisco, London, and Tokyo. Also, you may write to Durbala about the film. Regarding your question, what does it mean? We are all originally Krishna conscious entities. We are always with Krishna. Where is not Krishna's present? So how you can say that you were before? You are always with Krishna and uh, how you can say that we were before? You are always with Krishna, and when we forget this fact, we are far away from him. In the Ishobani, it is clearly stated that Tature Tatvandika, he is very away, but he is very near as well. Ishobana is Mandra 5. So this is forgetfulness in our fall down. It can take at any moment and can counteract this forgetfulness immediately, rising to the platform of Krishna consciousness. Yes, you may have correctly answered your second question by the purpose that Arjuna's mind was already absorbed in knowledge, in knowing Krishna as his friend. So he should not give up that status, but he should only change his vision for the time in order to see the universal form of the Lord. Regarding the three regarding the three beats missing from your set of japa beats, just string three beats in place. That is all that is all that is necessary. Hope this will make you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any comments, Mataji, from this letter? You have to
It's quite big letter, Prabhu. So the Srila Prabhupada mentioning is Jain is enjoying devotees association, and is mentioned that the young devotee called Tripa Tridapatha is a nice and good boy and is ready for all kinds of devotees, all kind of service. And Srila Prabhupada mentioning that there are 3 strong male devotees and some girls devotees also helping him. So he said that he might need the Prabhu might need more help from from more devotees from London. Oh, he's mentioning that he might need help from local devotees. So that's that is the success of preaching work. And Prabhu must have mentioned about harassment of Hare Krishna, but Srila Prabhupada said that this is not a new thing, it's happening from the beginning, from the start, like even Hiranyasibu, he threatened his own son. He was a devotee of Lord Harry, and even Lord Chaitanya's time, Haridas Thakura, he also got in trouble, and they put him in the jail. So the demons were disturbing the Hare Krishna movement from the beginning. So the successful is we have to carry on doing it with Krishna. So Krishna will definitely help him. So if they do their work, if they do their preaching and work sincerely and seriously, Krishna will be their side all the time. And also he mentioned about Radha Yatra festival. So he said it's very successfully done in America, San Francisco, London, and Japan, and in Tokyo. I don't know. He asking him about about the films. I didn't understand, brother. And the Prabhu must have asked a question, and he said, regarding your question, he said, we are all originally Krishna conscious entities. We are always with Krishna in the past, in the present, even in the future. We all with Krishna. And Ishobhanadi, he said, is clearly state about he is very, very away, and he's very near as well. He's always with us. So he mentioned about his second question, and he correctly answered. So Arjuna's mind was already absorbed in knowing Krishna, and we shouldn't never give up. And Prabhu must have mentioned about missing 3 beats, and he said he can string extra 3 beats. So that's not a big problem. Sorry, Prabhu, that's all I can
Thank you so
understand.
much, Mataji. Yeah, nicely explained. Thank you so much. Okay, any other comments, dear devotees, you wanted to add to this letter? Any comments, Meena, Mataji, you wanted to add? Your voice is low, Mataji.
Sorry, here Prabhupada has mentioned that in second question that so Arjuna only has things with Krishna once he sees the universal form of God.
So that one, before that itself, before he sees the universal form, Krishna and Arjuna, they're all both close friends. They go both eat together, sleep together. This is again mentioned here. Siyasana Atana Vikatana Bhojanadishu Aikyadvayasya. So likewise, while eating, sleeping, and making fun all the time, Krishna and Arjuna, they have got a full association, and their relatives, and so many ways they are related together as well. Like the sister of Krishna, Subhadra, got married to Arjuna, and Krishna is already son of uh, his uncle, Arjuna's uncle, Vasudeva. So likewise, they are both close. So they are completely absorbed. But whenever Krishna was explaining that I do not belong to this material, but still I engage here, Name karma pales praha, just it appears that I am working, but actually I do not have any attachment with the materialistic activities and results of those things, and explaining all the opulences, vibhuti yoga. And Arjuna wanted to see whatever vibhutis that Krishna has got. So that is the only thing. He wanted to change the vision. That is only change his vision for the time in order to see the universal form of the Lord. But his mood is always there as his friend.
So he did not think he was like putting God before. before universal form. He was not thinking of Krishna as a god.
So
Only afterwards, once he sees the universe form, then he accepts him as a god, like that.
Arjuna knew that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and also he also know that he is very dear to him. And whenever Krishna is explaining all the vibhutis, then he wanted to see that one. So because Arjuna was put up in a situation that his mind was a bit perturbed, so that he will inquire more questions. So Krishna can speak and show all his opulences. It is for all our sake. This is the सर्वोपनिषदो गावो धोक्ता गोपालनंदनः पार्थवच्चः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धम गीतामृतमहन्. So just like a Padhavachah, Sudhir Bhokta, and all the devotees, Sudhir, they're all the devotees. It is Sudhir Bhokta. We are all enjoying that nectar. Whatever Krishna is speaking, or he was showing the universal form, how he is understood by the devotees. So Arjuna was put up in that condition. So, but actually Arjuna is a pure devotee. By the time itself, he was a devotee. And here, just to change his vision. He should not give up that status, but he should only change his vision for the time in order to see the universal form of the Lord. But as soon as he sees the universal form of the Lord, even his mind was a bit perturbed. And then he wanted to see the pleasing form of the Lord, the four-handed Kiritinam Gadinam Chakirinam Cha, that form. And then whenever he sees Krishna two-handed form, again he will come to the normal from all kinds of moods, different moods. Again, excitement, fearfulness, and then pleasing, and then coming back to the normal position as soon as he sees the Krishna, the two-handed form. It is only to change the vision. So all this universal form got manifested from Krishna. And it is sometimes people think that they give prayer to the universal form, but actually they do not see that it has come from Krishna. Okay, so that is only to change his vision. So Krishna means he is all opulent. That's all. Change his vision. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to add, like, there's the point where everybody, like, and it's a six, or like, they want to, like, make obstacle when there's Krishna, like, when this moment is happening. So, like, I had a Friday class with Kesav Maharaj on one of the Palika Mataji's house. So he also mentioned that in Bhaktivedanta manner also, they have, like, villages, and they want to close that temple and all these things. But with the Krishna mercy, we got more land and lots of people coming, like, afterwards many coming, and they have now stopped everything. So, it just helped, like, as Krishna is always, like, us. Even though people try to close and things like that, but never happened. So, yeah.
Yes. So these demonic people always they wanted to stop. They are working on the sense gratificatory levels.
Mhm.
That does not come out successful.
Yeah, even though they want to try to close the temple, Bhaktivedanta manor and villages, and they have done so much, like, to, but there's something never happened. Instead of we get more land, like that he was mentioning.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mataji, for adding that point. Okay, any other comments, dear devotees? Okay, so this is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. So the Krishna conscious means it is a war against Maya. So Maya put so many obstacles through different people to test our determination, how much determination we have got, whether we stick or we give up. So Prabhupada says, simply stick Do your work seriously and sincerely. Krishna will help. Okay, that is from this Prabhupada's letter. And also here, Prabhupada say mentioning that question about we are all originally Krishna conscious and we are always with Krishna. Where is not Krishna present? He is always in the heart. But people who does not see him or who does not have devotion to Krishna, he is very far away from them. Yatsanubhande sarirehagehe mamahamityura dhuragrahanam pumsam sudorum vasdopi puryam bhaje matette bhagwan padabjam. The demigods prays saying that pumsam sudorum vastopi puryam, O my dear Lord, you are also living in the heart of the people. But pumsam sudoram, you are very, very far away for the people who are just like a yatsanubhande sarirehagehe asati dehagehe. This is my home, this is my wife, this is my children, and then in the wrong material conception. For such kind of people, the Lord is very, very far. Otherwise, for Dhruv Maharaj, when he was meditating on the four-handed form of the Lord, immediately, whenever Lord appeared, he disappeared from his heart, appeared in front of the Dhruv Maharaj. How come it is so quick for Dhruv Maharaj? It happened. Tirohitam sahasaiva upalakshya bhaisitam tadavarsha. And he disappeared from the heart, appeared in front of Dhruv Maharaj. So this is the difference between the non-devotees and the devotees. Again, it is confirmed in the Ishopanishad mantra. He is very away and he is very near as well. So this is forgetfulness is our fall down. Okay, so that is again small things are there. Prabhupada saying the remedies. Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, so tomorrow Monday, it is again our teachings of Lord Chaitanya at 8 p.m. Okay, and that is the upcoming update, event update. And dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. Hare Krishna. Okay, so if there are no updates, then we shall move to the next part is the Ramayana. So we have been discussing in the alternative Sundays Ramayana. It is a very beautiful part, hearing about pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. So in the Ramayana part, Vasishtha has sent the messengers to the Kekaya country where Bharatha was staying there at his uncle's house. And then, but without informing that Dashratha has left his body, so they have said that you have got important important work to do at Ayodya. So Vasishtha sent us here, and then as soon as these people messengers, they went within 2 to 3 days in a horse by taking the horses, which are which can go in a very fast comparatively other horses. So 3 days. But after giving the message, Bharata and Shatrugna, in return, they took 7 days, and with all his taking gifts and all some soldiers and everything, that entourage along with Bharata, it takes 7 days to come to Ayodhya. So that is the Bharata's return. We have been reading this one. So for 7 days, Bharata and his party traveled to Ayodhya. The prince longed to race ahead, taking shorter route through the woods as did the messengers from Ayodhya. So likewise, we have read up to so he has entered Ayodhya and he has observed. The prince looked around the chariot, sped towards the Dashratha. Okay, this is okay. Bharata reached the city's western gate. Guards, gladdened to see him, welcomed him with loud shouts. The prince moved on after politely greeting the sentries. He was tired and his mind was dejected and disturbed. He spoke again to his charioteer. Why have I seen suddenly brought here, O noble one? I wonder what terrible calamity has occurred. Even without any apparent cause, my heart is sinking and my mind is consumed by fear. So this is what whenever Bharatha was passing through the city and he has seen inauspicious things in the road that when he was seeing coming entering into the Ayodhya, where were the young couples who would always sport romantically in the gardens lining the road? These things we have also seen. Yeah, so that city was not like a ordinary, not like a auspicious and opulent way appearing. He was seeing that the trees, those in the deserted gardens with their leaves falling around, seemed to Bhatta to be weeping. As this is also we observe, for example, sometimes when inauspicious things are there, the villages or towns, it appear to be weeping. It appeared to be weeping. Village that would also one can observe if he has a broader vision how to observe the villages. There are always village gods or the Grama Devata or the towns who protect that village. They appear to be weeping. So as he rode quickly into the city, he saw various ill omens. Crows and vultures cried on all sides. This is not good. But sometimes, if we do not have that much knowledge, though there are inauspicious omens, we don't recognize them. So the sun was enveloped by dark clouds, and a chill wind blew, raising up clouds of dust and leaves. So, in such a after seeing all these things, now Bharata he was saying, "My heart is sinking and my mind is consumed by fear." Likewise, Bharata's mood. Now we shall continue what are the further Bharata's findings in the palace. Okay, so can I request all devotees to take a turn? So now we are nearly 40 minutes past. So 2 paragraphs each devotee, just only 2 paragraphs each devotee. Okay, starting with alphabetical reverse order. So starting with Usha Mataji, please.
The prince looked around as the chariot sped towards the palace. He saw signs which seemed to him to indicate the king's death. Houses were unswept, dirty-looking, and bereft of splendor. The doors standing wide open. There was no smoke from sacrificial fires rising up, nor the usual sweet aroma of aloe and sandalwood drafting from the mansions along the road. Men and women were standing here and there, wearing soiled clothes and looking pale and emaciated, emaciated as if they had not eaten for days. Bharatha looked at the closed shop front and the abandoned marketplace, the temples with their dusty uh, courtier, courtyards, and the deities without fresh dress of color on this old land. To see the unpretended, unprecedented state of his beloved city, the prince arrived at Dasaratha's palace.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So this again, what it gives the insight for us. Whenever Bharata is entering into the palace, so he sees all there are no usual activities are taking place, like the sacrificial fights, it is not going on, and there is no aroma of aloe and sandalwood drifting from the mansions along with the road. That is not happening. And men and women are standing here and there wearing the soiled clothes. When a person left his body, some relatives and people all come and stand and they speak each other like, oh, this person was doing like that. Likewise, but not in a good mood, just trying to remember. But this is soiled clothes and looking pale and emaciated. But if we see in other part of the world, some Western countries like that, a person is dead, then some people come in a nice suit and boot and then come and stand and with nice roses and decorated themselves, appearing very beautifully. That is not the case here. They're wearing the soiled clothes and looking pale and emaciated. Bharatha looked at the closed shop fronts and abandoned marketplaces, and with their dusty courtyards and deities without fresh dresses or garlands. Sometimes in a village, if any person dies, if there is a festival, that until that funeral ceremony takes place, and until the maybe 3 months or something like that, again there is set number of days. They do not carry out the opening of the temple like that. And there are some people who are following the vratas. For example, who worship Ayyappa Swami, if they're taking the vow, Ayyappa Mala, something like that, for 40 days, during that time, if they know that some person died in the village, they do not enter into the village. They will stay nearer to the farms and wells, and they will eat there and sleep there itself until all the funeral ceremony is completed. So that is the vows. But here in the Dasharatha's palace also, similarly, the people like appearing like the soiled clothes and looking pale and emaciated, and everything seemed desolate, filled with sorrow to see the unprecedented state of his beloved city. The prince arrived at Dasharatha's palace. Okay, so that is the situation. Okay, we shall move on. Uh, can you request next Meena Mataji to read next two paragraphs, please? Meena Mataji.
Sorry, YouTube. Okay, sorry. Mm. Bharata went quickly into his father's room and was alarmed to find the king not present. Everyone looked down to Everett his grave. The palace ladies were weeping in a sorrowful silence had replaced the normal sound of drum, drum, lutes, and Vedic recitation. Bharata felt his stomach sink and his limbs seemed to dislodge too afraid to ask about his father from the people present. He ran to his mother's apartment as he entered. Kaikai sprang up from her golden seat. Bharata bowed and touched his mother's feet and she embraced him. It has been a long time since she has seen him. Holding her son and sitting him on her lap, Kaikai inquired, How was your journey, my son? You must be tired. Are you grandfather are your grandfather and uncle both well? Have you fared well yourself while living in their kingdom? Have missed you. I have missed you here. After hearing
Yes.
her
Yes. Thank you so much, Mataji. So just two paragraphs. Okay, so here in these two paragraphs, Bharata felt his stomach sink and his limbs seem to dissolve. This is when something inauspicious things happen, which we cannot digest. It happens. But here in this Ramayana, we see every symptom of a person in a particular condition. It is given by Valmiki. And he's too afraid to ask about his father from the people present. He ran to his mother's apartment. He ran to his mother's apartment. And then as he entered into Kaikeyi's room, then immediately, so here Bharata's action is touched his mother's feet, and then she embraced him. That is the only thing that he could see. Everyone are desolate and not happy, sorrowful silence. Now, holding her son, now Kaikeyi is inquiring, how was your journey, my son? You must be tired. So this is all, but here Kaikeyi is the only person just being like that. But everyone are in the sorrowful silence and asking about the well-being of Bharata. I have missed you here. Okay, so that is the Kaikeyi's mood, and we shall move on to next. Two more paragraphs by Jaknukanya Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, which one is it after hiring?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. After hearing her endeavoring questions, Bharata told her everything about himself. Still filled with apprehension, he asked, "How is it that I do not see the king seated here with you? Where indeed is my pious father? Why do I find everyone looking disconsolate and not speaking? I long to clasp my father's feet. Tell me, gentle mother, is he just now in Kaushalya? Oh, is he just now in Kaushalya's apartments? Possessed by greed for the kingdom, Kaikeyi began to tell her son the terrible news as if it were agreeable and pleasant. Unpleasant. Your high souls and glorious father, who was always the shelter of all living beings, has attained the state of the gods. This kingdom is now yours. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here he has attained indirectly. Kaikeyi is also knows the manner of relaying the bad news. The high soul and glorious Father, who was always the shelter of all living beings, has attained the state of gods. That means indirectly saying he is no more. He went to the heavenly planets, attained the state of the gods. So now this kingdom is now yours. So this is the again she thinks that this kingdom is now yours. That is, she thinks it may be good for him. So now she is saying like that. One side, one statement is news, and another side is indirectly she is thinking it is also good for him. And here Bharata's inquiry is about his father. A son always needs to be at service of the father. But in this case, he wanted saying, I long to clasp my father's feet. Tell me, gentle mother, is he now just in the Kaushalya's apartments? So because he may be either in the Kaikeyi's apartment or Kaushalya apartments or Sumitra apartments. So just he was inquiring. Now, Kaikeyi said the news. Now, let us see how Bharata is feeling. Okay, so can I request Jagriti Tanna Mataji to read two paragraphs if you are available? Okay, if not, then Gauringi Mataji, please. Would you like to read next two paragraphs, please?
Yes, Babuji, Hare Krishna. Okay. Bharata looked at his mother in this disbelief. He fell uh, he fell to his knees, crying out, Alas, I am ruined. He struck his arms on the floor. His worst fear was confirmed, with his mind confused and agitated. Bharata lamented. This golden cause will always appear beautiful, being adorned with the king's present. Now It appeared dark and lustreless, like the night sky brief of the moon. Oh, oh, where is my noble father? Bharata convert his handsome face with a cloth and cried in anguish, seeing her son, whose body is known like that of a god, laying on the floor in a worse state. Kaikei recited him and said, Get up, O king. Why are you laying here like an orphaned? Mm, Vitus souls like you are never overwhelmed by grief. Uh, Steady your mind, which is always fixed in pity and knows the truth. This white earth now awaits your rules, O sinless one. Hare
Thank
Krishna Prabhuji is
you so much, Mataji.
mistake. I read mistake, Prabhuji. Sorry.
You
Mm.
did very nice. Thank you so much, Mataji. So here, Bharata looked at his mother in disbelief, whether mother is saying right or not. And now, but he fell to the knees as soon as he heard that news, bad news about his father. The worst fear was now confirmed. Now he confused and agitated. Bharata lamented, and now he is remembering about his father. Now he is on the floor. He is on the floor. So thinking, looking at his father's couch, when his father was sitting on the nice sofa and then speaking laughingly with all his family members. So Bharata is remembering those past times. And it was so beautiful, adorned with king's presence. Now no king here now. Now it appears like a the sky bereft of moon. So now he is thinking of his father and he is crying. So here describing the Bharata's handsome face as well, and he has kept the cloth and in his just to stop his tears, cried in anguish. So when he was doing like that, and Kaikeyi in another side, she's saying, "Why are you why are you lying here like an unfortunate, virtuous souls like you are never overwhelmed by grief?" So this is sometimes consoling and at the same time internally concealed sense gratificated desires, crooked desires. So this is steady your mind, which is always fixed in piety and knows the truth. So one can easily identify who is speaking the truth, who is not speaking the truth. Sometimes people we speak in general, they will always conceal the inner desires, what they wanted to do. Many people they just keep it only for their personal interest. But here, likewise, here Kaikeyi is also appearing like that is called Dvandva, a two-tongued person. Outside he speaks one thing, but internally he has got some other interest. But such kind of things should not be there in the devotee's qualities. She is always Arjhavin, very simple and plain. He has nothing to hide from anyone else. Of course, as long as hiding things, if those things are hidden, only not to cause the lamentation for others. It is not for the personal sense gratification things. But here, Kaikeyi is saying, see, concealing her whatever intentions, he is speaking gently. Virtuous souls like you are never overwhelmed by grief. Study your mind, which is always fixed in piety and knows the truth. This is good statement. And now she is slowly opening that into her personal self-interest. The wide earth now awaits your rule, O sinless one. So that is her desire. Her desire is to make Bharat as the king, her son to be the king. And here also, this kingdom is now yours. So indirectly, she has given one hint here, and later on, Kaikeyi is saying that this earth, wide earth now awaits your rule, O sinless one. Likewise, slowly unconcealing her interest. Okay, so we shall move on next. Asha Mataji, would you like to read next two paragraphs, please?
Bharata wept for some time. Bharata wept for some time. Unable to speak, he remembered his father's love and affection, how the king had personally trained him in statecraft, how they had played and sported together, the times he had sat with his father as he related tales of their great ancestors. Now he was gone. How could it have happened? Bharata could not understand why no one had called him earlier. Calming his mind, he said, having speculated that the king was to install Rama as the prince regent, I came here swiftly. It seems my situation was wrong, as I do not see either my father or Rama. The prince was confused. His mother sat calmly as he spoke out his grief. Oh, what disease did my father die? Oh, mother, how fortunate are Rama and Lakshman, that they were able to perform the last rite of the great monarch. Oh, is my father still present? Surely he does not know I have arrived, or else he would have come quickly to see me, embracing me and offering his blessing. Where is that gentle hand which would often brush me off when I would fall in the dust as a child?
Great. Thank you so much, Mataji. So now, Bharat, after crying for some time, he was not able to speak. And here is remembering the love and affection of the father. It is always well-wisher of his children. Father is always wishes to be good for his children. And now the child is remembering that love and affection, everything that he has experienced. Now asking, so this is how king had personally trained him in the statecraft, something like that, and sported together, playing times. He had sat with his father as he related the tales of their great ancestors. When father and children, they're sitting and father is speaking some stories, the children remembers all those things. Very happy moments. Happy moments. Now the child is remembering all those things. Now father is no more. Now he's trying to understand how it could have happened, and how he could not understand why no one had called him before. So in such a way, now he is composing himself and speculating that, so actually Dasharatha was to install Rama as the prince regent, but I do not see Rama also here. And I have been expecting this, but my calculation, whatever my thinking, it is not right. I don't see Rama also. Likewise, Bharata is contemplating, and he was also confused. And now thinking that, okay, if my father is dead, then Rama and Lakshmana might have done the funeral rites. So they're very fortunate. But Bharata still, he is not understood the complete picture, only a partial bit. He does not have the news of Rama and Lakshmana yet. So he is again expecting his father. If I just go to my father, he may embrace me, offering his blessings. So something he is expecting. He wanted to have the sense of the touch of his father. So this is what we have in our life. As a children, we live with our father and mother, but sometimes the children are separated from the father and mother for the work purposes or relocation in so many various reasons. Sometimes what a mother and the father do, they will give their clothes that to the child, so that whenever the child feels mother and father affection, the child takes the clothes of his mother and father, and he feels, because they were wearing those clothes, and he feels the same feeling as his mother is present, father is present. That is still there. We expect that is always required. And sometimes children, they wear the clothes in the childhood. And if we just keep them as it is, without throwing or without giving to other people, but whenever children are in the later stages, grown up at the time, if they see those clothes and touch those clothes, they will feel so much of relief. So we need to preserve those things. A small towel, a small blanket when he was a child, and the clothes of a mother and father. At least one should have those pair of clothes of the father and mother. So now here, Bharata is feeling, where is that gentle hand which would often brush me off on my head when I would fall in the dust as a child? So this is Bharata's feelings. Okay, so now he is remembering. So can I request next, Mruda Sachi Mataji, if you are available to read next 2 paragraphs, please.
Um, from the Bharata look, Bharata looked up into his mother's face, his eyes streaming. Please announce my arrival to Rama for a more for a man who knows what is right. The elder brother is as good as the father. I shall fall at Rama's feet and ask him what final words were spoken by the righteous and ever truthful king. I wish to hear my father's last kind message to me. Mm, Koikili slowly replied to her son, telling him the course of events exactly as they occur. The glorious king, the best among the wise, departed from this world, calling out, O Rama, O Sita, O Lakshman, bound by the laws of time, even as a powerful elephant is bound by ropes. The king submitted to the death, saying, only those men who will see Rama return with the Sita and Lakshman will have their desire fulfilled and be happy. Hearing this news, Bharata became even more confused. What did the king mean? Where is brothers and Sita? He asked his mother.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nice. Thank you for reading. So now Bharata, so he has got one news is his father's death, but now he's expecting Ram and Lakshmana to be in the home. And here one statement he mentions, elder brother is as good as the father. So this is our tradition. In the Sanatana Dharma, the eldest brother, eldest son, he will inherit the kingdom or the responsibilities of the father. He will look after the entire family. And everyone treat him like the as good as the father. So now I shall fall at the Rama's feet and ask him what final words were spoken by the righteous and ever truthful king. So there is not much difference between Rama and Bharata. So first Rama is born, maybe next year Bharata might have born. Not much age difference, but still. So here elder brother is as good as the father. This is scriptural injunction. And now that is one statement, and he wanted to hear the last message of his father to the son. Again, this is the message because whatever a father will always give message to his children, what is required, what is not required. He will, if there is any last wish that his child needs to be fulfilled, that needs to be done by the child. So now he wanted to know the last message to him. So now Kaikeyi is speaking to Bharata to slowly narrate everything exactly as they have occurred, saying that a glorious king. Now she is mentioning a glorious king, the best among the wise, departed from this world. So far, whenever the king is present, her words were different. She was rebuking the king in different ways. You are not truthful. You are, if you do not keep this promise, your family. But actually, this is her interest. Her interest is put up in another way. So now he is departed from this world, calling out, O Rama, O Sita, O Lakshman, bound by the laws of the time. Even as a powerful elephant is bound by the ropes. So now indirectly he's saying that your father has died by calling the name Rama at the last in his last breath. And then she says that only those men who will see Rama returned with Sita and Lakshman will have their desires fulfilled and be happy. So now this statement Kaikeyi is mentioning to Bharata, saying that this is what your father said when he was about to die. This is the message. So likewise, now she has said all this entirely related that pastime. Now hearing this news, Bharata became even more confused. What did the king mean? Where were his brothers and Sita? He asked his mother. Now Kaikeyi is going to speak. Okay, so do we have anyone miss? Do we have Jagrita Namataji to read? 2 paragraphs if available.
Yes, Prabhuji, I don't mind.
Yes, Mataji, 2 paragraphs.
Shall I start from?
Yes, Kaikeyi began, yes.
Pardon?
Yes, Mataji, from here until.
Okay. I'm reading from the phone, the size might be take a little bit some time longer. Is a Kelkai began to relate how they had left for the forest, speaking as if it were something Bharatha would be pleased to hear. Prince Rama with Sita and Lakshman left the city clad in tree barks. They have gone to a distant forest and will be remain there for 14 years. Bharata was shocked. How could it be true? Surely Rama could not have been exiled. What crime could he possibly have committed?
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Now, as soon as he understands that, now immediately Bharata is asking, where is Rama? So he asked, and the Kaikeyi started to relate how they have Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita, they have departed to the forest, speaking as if it were something Bharata would be pleased to hear. See, the Kaikeyi interest, she is thinking that Bharata would also be pleased. But Prince Rama with Sita and Lakshman left the city clad in tree barks. They were wearing the tree bark clothes and they left the forest. They have gone to the distant forest and will remain there for 14 years, saying that it is a good news to the Bharata, thinking that Bharata might be happy. But Bharata was shocked. How could it be true? Surely Rama could not have been exiled. What crime could he possibly have committed? He was thinking all these things. So now everything is in the Kaikeyi. And then he could not expect his mother has behaved in such a way. So he was asking all these things. That is Bharata. So he understand that his elder brother is like a father after father, and he knows that Rama is always virtuous, and now he's now shocked. How come it could have happened? What crime could he possibly have committed so that he was exiled to the forest? So now I shall read few lines. And the prince spoke in amazement. Did Rama wrongly seize property from some elevated Brahmin? Did my brother somehow kill a sinless man? Surely he did not look longingly upon another's wife. I cannot imagine Rama ever doing anything even remotely sinful. Why then has he gone into exile accompanied by the delicate Sita and his loyal brother? So now This is the amazement to Bharata. So this is the sinful activities. So in his statements, what and all sinful. So wrongly sees property from the elevated Brahman. This is one of the sinful activity. And then kill a sinless man. Killing a good person is another sin. And then looking at another's wife, that is another sin. And see again, how can anything even remotely done sinful things? Likewise, Bharata could not imagine, because Rama is means embodiment of all good qualities. Sarva Sadguna Rama. Sarva Sadguna Rama. All good qualities. That is the embodied personality. Why then has he gone into exile accompanied by the delicate Sita and Lakshmana, loyal brother? So this is now his questions. Kaikeyi completely misunderstood Bharata's mood. Now, out of ignorance, she imagined he would be pleased to hear that, thanks to her machinations, he had become the undisputed ruler. She smiled as she spoke to her son. Now, now she is puzzled. Kaikeyi is puzzled. Bharata's mood is in a different thing. Now she's trying to uh, convey that she has done some good to Bharata. Now she is smiling as she spoke to her son. What she is saying? Rama has committed no sin. However, entirely neglecting your noble self, the king was intent upon installing Rama as the prince regent. As soon as this news reached me, I asked your father to send Rama away and install you instead. Now Bharata's face froze as his mother continued. How can it could have happened? It should not happen, because eldest brother, it is the formality. He will become the prince regent all the time. And Rama has got all good qualities. Now, as soon as she says that, I asked your father to send Rama away and install you instead. It is a news. Instead of hearing such news, one person may commit death, that the suicide. Such kind of news. So now Bharata's face froze. He could not digest whenever his mother is speaking like that. So, but even though she is now, one is his father wanted Rama to be prince regent, but here that is the father's desire. Now she has opposed that desire, and she asked Rama to send away from the forest and install Bharata in the as a prince regent. So now Bharata's face froze. So let me see that what has happened. So just to find some. Okay, let me just one more paragraph. Okay, just we'll stop with the two more paragraphs and look for the reflections. Now, bound by the truthfulness, the emperor did not bidding and granted me two boons, which were owed from a former occasion. After exiling Rama, who was followed by Sita and Lakshman, the king was sorely afflicted with an unbearable grief, overwhelmed with pain, and constantly calling Rama's name. The Lord of Ayodhya left this world and ascended to heaven. Kaikeyi saw Bharata's pained expression. Do not yield to grief, dear son. The city and indeed this earth now depend upon you. Be firm and perform your father's funeral ceremony. O Bharata, then assume the throne as the undisputed ruler of the globe. Okay, so likewise, Kaikeyi is relaying the message to Bharata. So Bharata is in the pained expression. And still she is giving, do not yield to grief, dear son. She is now opened all her mind. What is there in her mind? So likewise, this is Bharata is coming and hearing all these things. It is a shock for Bharata. And she is saying that you just carry out your funeral ceremony of your father, and just be a king and rule the kingdom. Okay, so likewise, we stop here, and that is the Kaikeyi now opened the truth. Okay, so now I request dear devotees, if you have got any questions or you wanted to share anything from this Ramayana, this is the mood of Bharata returning from his uncle's home, and then now hearing the news of Dasharatha and Ramachandra and Sita and intentions of Kaikeyi. Now Bharata's feelings are pained, and his whatever he this is also we see in our life how one can act. Whatever each and every statement it is Valmiki has composed, that we practically experience it whenever the situation arises, or we might have seen that one. Okay, so dear devotees, if you have got any questions, kindly ask, or you wanted to share anything, kindly share. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Is I heard is the not today on this part, but I heard somewhere is when he said Dasratha is a very he do the sikar and then he's always be mindful to wherever he do the arrow bow arrow, but how is killed uh, Saman
Yes.
parents, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
Mataji. That
but
is one.
yeah, I heard is they said is somewhere I heard it is they said is actually is a Dasrath is not killed them, is a Ravan is killed them.
Ravanasura?
Ravan is killed them the Saman moment because he's the somehow is because his Ravan is done something in the past life, and God told him to Ram will come and kill you, and is when is a Dasrath doing that? That's why if he's Dasrath there, then is Ram come, right? That's why he thought if he's Dasrath killed the Savan mom, if he think is the Savan has killed Dasrath, Dasrath will be killed, but is the opposite. Is Dasrath is not gone killed. I don't know it's true or not, but is I heard that way.
Yeah. So this one, so here, Dasharatha, he himself reveals what has happened. He says that in the past, he was speaking to Kaushalya and the other wives in the palace, how he is going to die. It was the last moment. He says that. So once upon a time, when I went to the forest, I know how to use these arrows, bow and archery shape. By just based on the sound, I can use the arrows. So once upon a time, it was a late night. It was not. It was evening. It is getting dark. During that time, I was waiting at the pond so that animals will come and drink the water, and then I can kill any of these animals and then take home. So it was a Dasharatha. So he was waiting behind the bushes, and then at the time there is a water. At that time, Shravan was taking. Uh, Shravan Kumar, he was taking the water, the sound, but Dasharath thought that it is an animal, and then he used his arrow, and straight away it goes into the heart of the Shravan, and he fall dead. But however, Dasharath, when he goes there, he was in his last moments, and then that's Shravan that we have already read this one, but again sharing this. So Shravan said that, "Oh, how can you do this act towards me?" He spoke to Dashrath. Dashratha says that I thought like it was an animal, but please forgive me. Then the Shravan saying that, so do not worry about me, but please look after my parents. So they sent me here to take the water. And Dashratha went there, and then he spoke that Shravan's parents, that Shravan is now dead, unfortunately, mistakenly. Then parents are also, they say that oh, how can you? So now, did you come here so that you wanted to escape from the wrath of a Brahmana? Then saying that, but still, so you please take us to the place where Shravana is dead. And Dasharatha took those both old parents of Shravana to that place, and then they have asked Dasharatha to perform the funeral rites of his son Shravana, and then the father and mother they also entered into the fire pile. And at that time, that father says to Dasharatha, saying that Dasharatha, if I do not give curse, so you will be bound to the more sinful activity in the future. So because of that, I will give you curse only for your good sake. It is not my intention that if something bad happens to you, but for your good sake, so that you would not face more. This is the you did Brahmatya. My son is a Brahmana, always recite the Vedic hymns and to me and my wife. But now you have killed him. So in order to escape from this Brahmatya, I will also give you a curse only for your good sake. But anyway, I am also dying. So he says that one. You will also, when you are dying, you will be feeling the separation of your son, and then you will die. He gives that curse and then he dies. So he enters into the fire pile. Now Dasharatha, so in front of him, three people are died. One is he killed son and parents are also they entered voluntarily into the fire pile. Now that story, Dasharatha he spoke to Kaushalya in that palace. And then how in the whenever Rama and the Lakshmana and Sita they left the palace, he was speaking and then remembering and remembering, oh Rama, oh Sita, oh Lakshmana, saying that he left his body. This is now it is happening to me. He spoke that his pastime. It is not we have not seen Ravana come into the picture. So this is the Dasharatha's pastime.
Mhm. Because that's what I heard. That's why I said it's a wrong or right. I'm not sure, but is in other in the past is somebody talking is asking question and then they said yeah is behind that is a Ravana because how Krishna born and then the
That
uh
that is a maybe different thing, but
yeah
this is the Valmiki
mm,
Ramayana. Valmiki
yeah
Ramayana is the true version of it.
okay
This is Valmiki's Ramayana.
okay
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
thank you Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so any other questions or sharings, dear devotees?
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for reading Ramayana. So yes, when that somebody, yeah, as you said in village, somebody passed away, and then everybody have a shock. So everybody feels sad and sorrow. So in here, when Bharatha entered in the Ayodya, so he feels the same way. Said, "Oh, okay, something had happened," and then everybody's here and there, and then nobody have like a happy anything. So now in material life here, which is the Kali Yuga, somebody passed away. So I said, oh, one day and here we can't feel like, they said, oh, okay, let's go they here pass away. So, but whoever relatives near, then they have a sadness or anything. But the other, like far relatives, they just comes and go.
Yeah,
So that is the such relaxation a little bit.
yeah, thank you, Mataji. Yes, and we should not wear all the clothes like a jewel, decorating with all the jewels and appearing very beautiful cosmetics and going in a suit and boot. It's not the way that we go to the whenever the funeral is happening or a person who is died to visit. So we need to go in a just like
Yes, and the things that one husband passed away, so the ladies, woman, she like that nowadays they put all the ornaments and everything. said they said, oh, okay, because the person passed away, and then that husband said, oh, okay, you don't feel like how the way you dressing up when I'm present, so you just dress up as it is. So that woman is like just follow, and then nobody realized that her husband passed away or something like that. So that way they, I don't know, they keep the husband in her mind and then just live a life like that.
Which pastime?
So no, no, not past time, Prabhu. So I'm just talking in present, like some, like I just knew some. And
Yeah.
then when he said, "Oh, okay, my husband passed away," but my husband just saying, oh, "Okay, just don't the dress up where it is. I was present, and you are dressing up, and then putting the bindi and then Mangalsutra and everything. So
Yes.
just keep it." But in the like a long time ago, that when the husband passed away, the
Mm.
woman is like completely wearing that different, like white saris, and then not
Yeah.
wearing any ornaments or anything. But now in present, like just now, so that we can't say that okay, that this woman has no husband or anything. So yeah, but it's some times change, and then everybody's like changing.
Yes, Mataji. So they don't want to know everyone that I have no husband like that. So some kind of, yeah, it is not the Vedic way, but yes, people are just going with the time and place circumstances, thinking still that they have got their husband to look after someone. They appear beautiful. This is not, whenever husband is not there, they should not wear beautiful ornaments and clothes like that. Just white saree. Yeah, we have seen our grandmothers or who left their husband, if husband is died. Yes, as you are mentioning, Mataji. Okay, any other points? Meena Mataji, you were saying something?
I'm saying now it's like when they go for funeral, they wear the suits, and like anybody go to funeral, they wear the suits. In here, traditional, I don't know.
They put some rose flower and the white, black dress, black coat, and then
Yeah.
they go neatly dressed and standing there and say few lines. That's
So
what they wanted to speak.
it's wearing suit and everything when they go to funeral. It's like here traditional like that. Not
Yes.
it's, okay.
This is how they have brought up, but Vedic tradition is different. So it is going in a different way. That is called Aryan civilization. Here, anything, whatever happens in our life, it needs to go towards the detachment, the conversations, the appearance, and the way we appear, and our activities. So that one, it will make that okay. Still, whenever I leave my body, it also appears to me. So death is not a rare thing. It is a common thing. One has to digest that news. So sometimes people discuss together, we should be living nicely. So this person has died and trying to accumulate money throughout his life, doing so much hard work, but he can't take it. People think no, nothing is permanent. People speak that it is kind of smashana vairagya. And they will speak like that in a complete detachment way until the point that funerals took place, and then later on, and once they come home and take bath, and then from next day onwards again they engage in the sinful activities, ordinary things, cheating or blaming and speaking harshly. That is called smashana vairagya, and attaching to these material things again. That is pasyannapi tesham pramatto nidhanam pasyannapi napasyati. Even they are saying, but they don't see it for themselves. They speak, that is called smashana vairagya. Okay, so that comes, one has to digest those news and live like निर्वाणमृच्यते मनः सहसा यथार्चिः. This is मुक्ताश्रमीरिः निर्विषम विविक्तम्. निर्वाणमृच्यते मनः सहसा यथार्चिः आत्मानमत्र पुरुषो व्यवधानमेकम्. This one, it is mentioned that one has to always think in the mind that I have already annihilated by the material world in due course of time. Now, what I need to do when I am in this body, how to utilize the rest of my time so that I can please the Lord who has given this body for me to carry out some devotional service. And throughout this human body, life is only meant for the realization of Krishna and become a devotee of the Lord. Nothing, no other purpose, not for working, not for maintaining the families, not for accumulating the wealth, money, land, business. It is not for that purpose. Not to gain fame, not for that purpose. Only to become the pure devotee of the Lord. That is the only purpose of the human life. No other purpose. Okay, so these are a few points from the Bhagavatam perspective. Sukadeva Goswami says that that is the only purpose. Etan nirvidhyamananam ichyatam akuto bhayam. Then he says that the sages, they have decided that it is the Hare Namanu Kirtanam, just only glorify the Lord. That is the only purpose of human life, nothing else. In such a way, Ichitam Akuto Bhayam. Akuto Bhayam is fearlessness from all kinds of material things. Once he is fearless, he can do anything. And then here, Hare Namanu Kirtanam. That one only will make him free from the material entanglement. Okay, so that is, and here is Bhagavatam every day. Nityam Bhagavatasi. Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Shloke. Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Okay, so that is our Bhagavatam statements. It is always nectar and everlasting. Okay, stop there. And dear devotees, any other comments? Or we shall conclude and continue with further japa. Gaurangi Mataji. Gaurangi Mataji, are you there? You wanted to share anything, Mataji? Jafna Kanya Mataji. Okay, so if there are no further updates, Mrida Sachi Mataji. Okay, so if there are no further updates, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa. Okay. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patithanam
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
namo namo.
अनंतकोटि
Ananta
वैष्णववृंद की
Koti
जय
Vaishnava
बोले
Vrinda
प्रभुपाद की जय
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sorry, I was logged out. Okay, so yeah, it was always such a joy to listen to the Mahabharata story. So beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so